is it mandatory to fill the row in the masjid from the right side for fard prayer? In our masjid, people insist on standing on the right side of the imam first, and once it's filled, then they begin to stand on the left side. Is this from the Sunnah? The answer is no. This is totally wrong. What people do nowadays when they decide to stand to the right of the imam, so the imam is standing here, and to his right there is a place for 50 people, so you find 50 people standing to his right, and there's one or two to his left. This is totally wrong. The Sunnah is for the imam to be in the middle. Otherwise, we would have told the imam to go to the far left of the masjid. Imagine, when you enter a masjid and the imam is next to the wall, to the left. Why? So that everybody would be on the right. That would have been the normal, logical thing, according to your logic. But this is wrong. The Sunnah is for the imam to be in the middle. So if we have 50 to the right and 50 to the left, number 1 and 2 to the right are equaled by 1 and 2 to the left. If we have 1, 2, 3, the third one to the right is less in reward than the second one to the left. The third one to the right is less in reward than the second one to the left. Why? Because the second one to the left is closer to the imam. And the closer in the row you are to the imam, the better. Now if we are exactly in the middle, one to the right, one to the left, then the one to the right is better than the one to the left. Why? Because they're as close, so the side, the direction here has an advantage, because both of them are the same distance from the imam. But if someone is a little bit further, then the closer would be the more rewarded, and Allah knows best. From UK says, Al-Maliki followers, when you go to Morocco, Algiers, maybe some places in Nigeria or whatever, what they call sadl. They don't put their right hand over the left on the chest, they leave their hands to their sides. So what's the point of that? Some scholars say that the followers of Imam Malik started doing this when he started praying like that. Why would Imam Malik, Imam Dar al-Hijrah, pray like that when he knows that the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, as in the hadith of Wa'il ibn Hujr, may Allah be pleased with him, was to put the right over the left on the chest, and this is the Sunnah of all prophets. Why would Imam Malik do this? The reason was that at some time or period of history, there was a disagreement between the Muslim ruler and Imam Malik, which happens throughout history with all scholars. This happened with Imam Ahmad, this happened with Imam Abu Hanifa, this happened with Imam Ibn Taymiyyah, who died in prison. All great scholars are tested. And usually, if they don't kiss the backside or they don't polish shoes, they will be thrown in jail. This is the norm. So there was this disagreement which Imam Malik refused to compromise the religion, which led the Muslim ruler to flog him and beat him in prison. That led an injury to his arm, which prevented him from being able to lift it, so he used to pray with his arms to his side. Some of his disciples and students, apparently who were not very smart, followed that way of prayer instead of going back to his books, to his hadiths that he used to teach, to learn how the Prophet used to pray. And they mimicked that and made it part of their religion or part of their school of thought, which is totally bogus, which is totally not true. And Ali, my friend, as a Muslim, we have to go back to the references, Qur'an and Sunnah, not to what Tom, Dick, and Harry did, with all due respect to them, but Allah ordered us to follow the Qur'an and the Sunnah. And people differ. People have their different preferences and understanding to things. So we are not to get closer to Allah by their understanding, rather by the Qur'an and the Sunnah, with the understanding of the three favorite generations, the companions, Tabi'een and Tabi'it Tabi'een.